Old Head Gaming here with a video I was hoping I would not have to do and that the circumstances would be different. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and we're going to have to dive into this a little further. Now, if you're wondering what we're talking about, feel free to check the link in the description below. It is my video covering the marketplace last Thursday, and it kind of breaks down what transpired. And of course, I'll give a brief overview as well. And of course, if you like the content, please hit a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Now, here we are almost a full week later, and unfortunately, we've had literally nothing said from Crystal Dynamics. And that's the problem. Not the action that led to them dropping non aesthetic based items into the marketplace, but the radio silence. They had a chance weeks before where they've canceled all their dev streams, or even to put out a blog post, which there wasn't also last week. And we've gotten nothing. The only information we have gotten is this image on that you're seeing right now, which is a post on Reddit asking for the community to stop harassing and threatening community managers, devs, moderators, etc. And that is absolutely a good statement. We should not be doing that. And if you are doing that, please stop. It's absolutely the wrong approach. And it gets nothing done other than making people scared that work for Crystal Dynamics and making us as a community look batshit crazy. So let's stop doing that. It shouldn't be happening. But there should have been some sort of statement by now. And I can't believe that we're here almost a full 7 days, a full 7 days and 2 hours without any kind of information or any kind of statement. Like even a statement saying, hey, we hear what you're saying, we understand the concerns, we will come back with a formal statement shortly. Even that, no acknowledgement. Upkiss, zero, nada. There hasn't been a single word towards the event that transpired. And that's bad. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the paid boosters, for us endgame players or us older players, it's not a huge deal, especially since the CXP system, well, let's be honest, is broken, doesn't work. So it's not this huge deal getting to 375 that these are going to really make a difference. But the thing that does concern me on a pay-to-win portion is this talk of Gear 2.0. Now, who knows if that'll ever actually transpire, because there's a lot of stuff that they've promised lately that has either fallen off the map or has fallen in this abyss somewhere in Crystal Dynamics that doesn't exist, where stuff doesn't actually come out, like cloning labs or patrol mode. These things were announced almost a year ago or many months ago in the form of patrol mode, and they've gone into this who knows where they're at. Now, the thing is, Crystal Dynamics at their E3 launch said there will never be anything but paid aesthetics. And then again, on many blog posts or dev streams, they have reaffirmed that statement. They've really hammered it home that it was nothing but skins, nameplates, takedowns, those types of items that you can use on your character, emotes that have no bearing on the game at all or how you play. It just makes it look the way you want it to look. And then they did this. Paid boosters, paid fragment sectors. As I was saying, the paid fragment sectors is the part that concerns me the most. And that's because they've talked about Gear 2.0 that every other type of resource is going away other than fragments. So what is it going to cost us to take a gear piece from, 150 where we're kind of hanging out to the next level? And are they going to nerf fragment drops like they've been nerfing everything else and make it really hard for you to acquire those without fragment boosters to get the drops you need to upgrade those gear pieces you have? Those are my concerns. That's what made me very scared when I saw this. It's also a really bad sign when a game goes against everything they said without any comment, whether it was before they did it or now a week later on the state of the game. We had a roadmap that included literally nothing for the rest of the year other than Spider-Man, which was paid for by Sony. And then we had this high spring where we're like, oh, maybe it is okay because it dropped on Game Pass and we have this huge boom of Xbox players. But what happened is we ended up getting a quadruple XP weekend when Game Pass dropped. And that was across the board, whether you're on Xbox or another platform. And then bam, paid catch up so that these players can then catch up to everyone else. It is kind of predatory in my opinion. It's a terrible time to go back on your word, especially without any announcement. Like they could have easily told us weeks in advance that this is going to happen. Even their most trusted content creators that they use to drive this game in a positive light were hung out to dry. And here we are, a week later. Will we hear anything? Will the marketplace look worse tomorrow? Was the 500 credit 7-day the biggest thing, or is there more down the line? I really hope I don't have to do another video on this because it sucks. And I hate being throwing dirt on the game, but Jesus, this is awful. And it's getting worse, and the silence is deafening, and the community is angry on a game that's been struggling. I wish there was better news right now, but here's where we're at. And unfortunately, that is the state of Avengers. And hopefully, when I make my next video on Avengers, something looks different. We've heard something. We can start to move past this, maybe. Or we're just heading down shit creek, and this is where we're at until the game dies off sometime next year. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but the tea leaves are not looking good. And if you're shaking your magic 8 balls, it's saying future does not look good. So we'll see. Till next time, later, mates.